Hello guys and welcome. We're back and we're doing the Build-A-Figure of the Arkham City wave of DC Multiverse. We're doing Solomon Grundy. I've had to lift the camera up because he's slightly too big. So yeah, so you've got the legs that come with Batman, the arms come with Ra's al Ghul, the jacket and the head come with Penguin, and the chest comes with Catwoman. I mean, Solomon Grundy on the game is absolutely massive. On the build figure, he is really small. I've got Batman here. There you go. Here's Batman, and there's Solomon Grundy. On the game, I think Batman is like down here, and Solomon Grundy's up there. But yeah, I mean, there's only so big you can do, I guess, for a figure before it becomes a massive statue. I mean, he's very, very well detailed. There's no fault there at all. Chains could have done with a bit more paint on them. I might go over them at some point just to make them a bit more rusted, maybe. But the whole sculpt, there's nothing to fault. They can see all the veins and the texturing on the chest there and on the arms. His face, really well sculpted, like that. Jacket's sculpted, everything's just got a nice texture to it. The main thing with this figure is his size, I'd say, and I mean, he is quite loose. So when you start articulating, like putting him in poses, some of the pieces may come off. So his head goes that way all the way around. Doesn't really do it does do 360, but you're not going to get much out of it. Head goes up that high, down that far, and his hair's quite sharp as well. His arms go up that high. They are very clicky, so just be careful. They go up that high, back that far, and forward that far. He's got a single joint elbow, which is very, very stiff, like a lot of this figure is. Stiff joints. And the one thing that really bugs me is this. So he's got a hinge on his hand, but as you can see, the joint is sticking up. So they've kind of sculpted it flush to the hand, but haven't thought about when you actually bend the hand, the rest of the hand stays there, and you've got this lump in his hand, which when you're photographing is not too bad because you can get rid of it post. But I mean, when it just looks like that on the shelf, it kind of looks a bit naff. But yeah, the other hand is fist, obviously, same articulation. Crunch doesn't go that far at all, doesn't barely move. Legs go out that far, but they are very loose. So I've just had to push that back on. So when you articulate the legs, they do tend to come off quite easily, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, he does fall apart very, very easily. I mean, fitting for the character, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. Here you go, click it on. It is annoying when you want to kind of articulate him a bit better. His legs obviously go forward that far and back that far. His knees are single jointed there. And this is another thing, like this figure was so his legs come off. Anyway, so I can still show you. So they sculpted this figure by the looks of it as it was, so like that. They haven't painted here, which I'm going to do. I'm going to paint, because when you bend his leg, the rest of his short is still there. It kind of looks a bit weird. It should be his skin color rather than the rest of the short there. I mean, when you bend your knee like that, it would normally be your skin color there, I'd say. But it is I mean, it is awkward with the way they've done it, obviously to sculpt, because it is a ripped short, so you want the rest of the short to stay there really. Otherwise it would kind of look weird, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think there's no other way around that really, but they could have just had a lick of paint there. The feet go down that far, and he's got a toe joint as well. I mean, he's a very this is very clicky figure, but very stiff joints, but he is pretty decent. I'm just going to take him off of the thing so I can put his leg back on. I did do like a build of a reel of me building him on my YouTube as well, but yeah, I mean, he's okay. He looks pretty cool, but his size and some of his articulation could be a lot better. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.